Hello everyone, welcome! Today I'm going to be making some cards with a new club kit from Spellbinders. This one is a 3D embossing folder club. They do have a regular embossing folder club kit, but the 3D one is brand new. So let me show you this beautiful embossing folder. It's called Floral Archway, and it has the prettiest flowers on it. There's an archway in the middle where you can put your sentiment or whatever you'd like. I embossed a piece of glacier blue cardstock, and it's kind of hard to see the embossing on this piece, but I'm going to do something to it that really brings out the pattern. And then I embossed a piece of brushed black cardstock, and the embossing really shows up beautifully on this piece. But let's start with the glacier blue. I'm going to be using some colored pencils and a little bit of Gamsol. This is an odorless mineral spirit that's going to blend out the colored pencils. This is the brush I'm going to be using to blend that out. So I'm using some Caran d'Ache colored pencils, and I'll start with the lightest blue first. I'm just going right over the raised portions of this embossed panel. These embossed panels look just gorgeous on their own, but I always like to think of new ways to just bring it out a little bit more so it shows up. And of course, it's fun to try new techniques. So I did speed this video up a little bit, and I'll put a layer of this light blue pencil down first. And I'm trying not to go off of the flowers. I'm trying to keep the flat areas free from color. And then I can use a little bit of Gamsol. It doesn't take a lot. And I'm just blending out the color. Gamsol works really well when you have lots of layers down. And so I'm afraid it didn't do much for the single layer of colored pencils, but I just wanted to give it a try. The Gamsol makes the paper look wet, but it's not water, so it's not going to warp the paper at all. And it does look a little bit dark, but it will dry just perfectly fine. And again, I think if I had put more colored pencil down, the blending would have been better. I'm coming in with a darker blue pencil just to add a little more dimension at the base of the petals. I also colored in the leaves with a green colored pencil. And you can kind of see the dark shadows where the paper is wet around the petals. But that's okay. Like I said, it's going to dry perfectly fine. This dark blue colored pencil definitely adds a lot more interest to these flowers. They're so beautiful, I just really wanted them to pop on the front of this card. I'm going back in with a light blue colored pencil just to kind of blend them together a little bit more. And I'm just kind of focusing on this one flower for this video, but all of the other flowers I did off camera. And this was a very simple and easy technique to do. I chose this glacier blue cardstock because it's nice to have a base color already down when you're using your colored pencils. Okay, and here it is all done. Next, I'll work on the sentiment, and I'm using an older die set. It's called Smooth Lines Mix and Match Sentiments. And I love the one from this set that says Just a Note. And I cut this out with some dark blue cardstock. This was Cosmic Sky. And I'm just going to glue it down flat. I'm dabbing off the glue first onto a piece of scrap paper, and then I'm gluing it in the little arch. Next, I'll glue down the T, which is separate on this word, but they're very easy to line up. And then here's our A. Oftentimes, I'll layer up my die-cut sentiments to give them a little bit of dimension, but this time it's just one layer going down. Now for the last piece, I'm going to use my corner rounder to chomp the corners, and I'm just chomping the top corners, and then I'll do the same thing with the card base. And this is a 1/2 inch chomp. I'm going to attach this panel with a little bit of liquid glue. I like to use liquid glue behind my embossed panels just because I'm afraid of flattening out all of that beautiful embossing. I'll add a few teal gemstones to this panel, and here it is all done. I'm definitely going to be doing this technique again because I really love the way it turned out. But next time I think I am going to add more layers of colored pencil. On card number 2, I don't have a lot to do because I just love the way the black cardstock looked, but I'm going to use some gorgeous lunar paste. This one is called Slippery When Wet. I do have this, these are 2 of their newer colors. It's silver and gold, but I love the Slippery When Wet because it has a bright touch of yellow to it. So that's what I'm going to be using. And again, this is some new cardstock from Spellbinders. It's called Brushed Black. I pulled out a little bit of the lunar paste with my palette knife and smeared it onto this small craft mat. Now I'm using a blending tool to pick up just a little bit of the lunar paste because it doesn't take a lot. I'm very gently rubbing it over the raised lines on this panel. Just look at how gorgeous that is. This is the fastest, simplest way to bring out the design on your embossed panels, I think. And then it has this beautiful metallic glimmer. Let me speed this up a little bit. I'm still trying not to get any on the flat areas of the panel. I just like a nice clean look. So that's why I'm just very gingerly going over the design. And then this panel is done in no time at all. I'm going to glue this to a white card base. Again, using the liquid glue. This stuff dries really fast too. But look at that shine. I really have enjoyed playing with lunar pastes. I'm kind of new to them. Next, I'm going to use a baby wipe to clean off my blending tool. This way it won't get crusty. So I'll add more liquid glue to the back of this panel and attach it to my white card base. So the sentiment for this card comes from the new set from Jana Smokola that she designed, and it's called Hello Friend Sentiments. And I'm going to glue this down flat in the little archway. And as you can tell, I shifted the paper this time, so the archway was more up in the left-hand top corner. And so this is going to say, hello, friend. And that has some beautiful shine on it too. I'll use some gold sequins, or I'm sorry, gold gems around the sentiment. And this card is all done. But if you need a card in a hurry, the embossing folders are a great way to go, especially the 3D embossing folders. And here is a close-up look at card number 2. This brushed black cardstock has a little bit of shimmer to it as well. It's kind of new to the Spellbinders shop, but it's a really pretty black cardstock. They also have it in white, as well as silver and gold. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed these 2 projects, and I hope you'll give them a try. They're really fun to do. I'll have the products that I used listed in the description box if you want to check those out. Take care, my crafty friends. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.